Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Power of Attorney. I am your host, LeTonya Moore, and I have with me the fabulous Dawn Davis Reid. She is the visionary behind Reid Ready Coaching. And for those of you who do not know, Reid Ready Coaching, they offer coaching certification programs. They help you with understanding the business of coaching and a lot of other fabulous things. So, Dawn, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with the fabulous LeTonya. Thank you so much. I am so excited. A little bit about me. I'm a certified coach through the Coach Training Alliance, and I'm also an International Coach Federation member. And as you said, I do coach training. I actually do coach training for organizations as well as for individuals who are interested in becoming coaches. And my approach is evidence-based. It is not just the philosophy of coaching, but the evidence and science behind coaching and why coaching works. And I also do, of course, coaching for the individual and solo entrepreneurs. So if you're stuck and you want to become unstuck, if you want to achieve certain goals, I help you figure out your best plan to live your best life. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I love it. One of the things that I know that our audience is really going to be interested in is the coaching certification program, right? Everybody loves credentials. For those of us that have any type of certification, any type of letters behind your name, any type of authorization to do something because of a certification, we understand the power, right, of having that. Talk with our audience about a little bit more about your coaching certification program and what are the requirements to be a part of your program.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say, and it's very, very important to realize this, is that in our industry, there is no requirement. And that is one of the things that me as a professional coach and a lot of my colleagues, we struggle with. It's not regulated like the law industry or the medical industry. Like therapists need to have a license. There's no board certification you need. So technically, if you really want me to be real about this, anybody can put up a shingle today and say, I'm a coach. And that is the downfall, the challenge in our industry. So what has happened is that a couple of self-governing entities, the International Coaching Federation, which I'm a member of, the Board Certification of Coaches, the International Association of Coaches, have got together to say these are what the standards are going to be. Do you as a coach have to do it? No. But when you align yourself with one of these entities, it does make you look a lot better. It makes you look a lot more professional. And they give you the path to a credential. They let you know, or they define what your credential is. Do you have to do it? No. But me personally, I volunteered it, and a lot of good coaches will voluntarily follow one of those three entities. And each entity has their own requirements. So since I'm a member of the International Federal Coaching Federation, I can let you know what theirs are. So they have three different levels of associate, your master's, and your professional coach. And each one has a different criteria. My particular program certify you at the, or help you get your credential at the associate level. So that means you have to have 60 hours of training. So my program provides you the 60 hours of training that you need to make sure you can master your coaching competency. And we follow the ICF's guideline to a T. Like whatever they say you're supposed to have, that's what we make sure we develop as far as your competency. They also have an ethical piece to make sure that you're following certain ethical procedures. And so we teach you what those ethical standards are so that you can put those in practice for your coaching business. So with that being said, that's the model that we follow. So they require you to have 60 hours of training. They require you to have 10 hours of one-on-one coach mentoring. Now, my program does not provide that piece, but we are aligned with other coaches that do provide that piece. So we connect you with that piece so you can get it. We also help you build your portfolio. So you need to have a recorded coaching session that the ICF will critique. you have to pass an exam, which we prepare you for the exam. So that's how our coaching program aligns. Now, do you have to go the ICF route? No. But you still can become a Reid Ready certified coach, and you can work through our network of coaches as well, because we know that you have the qualifications that you need to be a certified professional coach and to be able to have a successful business. But our system aligns with ICF.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I think that I'm always a proponent of just going the extra mile, because then you know that you're equipped. One of the things that the average certification programs, they give you the type of agreements that you need. Like a lot of coaches, they don't know that they need to get these people to sign a release. They don't know that. They have no idea. I have clients that are coaches, and I ask them, well, let me see your coaching agreement. Cricket. And I'm floored. Well, do you at least have a release?
Right.
Cricket, you know. And the great thing about programs like yours is that this is what you learn in those 60 hours, right?
Yes.
You learn.
Yes.
This is what you learn in the process. And of course, I do brand protection. So people are really coming to me like, what are the things that I need to protect myself?
Yes.
And again, and I wanted to bring that up because just because Dawn says you don't need it listen, if even here's my thing. And people know that I don't endorse, right? But I give testimonials. And
Good.
one of the things that I will say is this: whether you come to somebody like me or whether you go through Dawn's 60-hour program, you better do something.
Yes,
you don't want to lose your shirt.
Yes, you better.
One time that someone comes to coaching and there is a mental issue, right? That you're not trained to pick up.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or someone says, well, I took these steps because my coach said to do it, and it's not in your agreement, that this is merely advice, that you're going to seek legal counsel, that you're going to do all these things again to learn as part of these programs. You're going to be coming to me and you're going to have to get a retainer now, because rightfully so, they have brought a lawsuit, right? Not to say you're going to win. So I wanted to make sure that I interject that, because I'm a big proponent of coaches going through somebody's program. Not that you got to be certified, but I think it's important to hit home about why you need to do that, which takes us to Dawn's other section, right? Her other area of expertise is the business of coaching. Talk to us about your program, Reid Ready Coaching's program, about the business of coaching.
I am so glad you said that, because that was one of the things some of my students, they're floored. Oh, I have to have an agreement? Oh, well, I have to protect my name. We go through, I have a couple of modules where we talk about trademarking. Now, I don't give advice on the whole process because I'm not an attorney, but I say you need to hire an attorney to make sure you trademark, you register your business.
Send them to me.
There you go. And I love that, because I believe in building relationships, and I like to have, here's where you need to go so that you can make sure you do it right. You know, and I give them what I call the poor man's trademarking as a coach until you get your lawyer and you get everything up. As soon as you start making a quote, a saying, a motto, put TM after that something. Immediately, as soon as you say it, and put down the date when you started using it. Have your little date, even send it to yourself in an email so you can say, this is when I started. Now, that's the poor man's way. That does not say don't go do the right way. But it's something that you can have in place if somebody does put a legal suit against you saying you're infringing on my brand or my trademark. So that's the poor man's way. But I always say immediately when you come up with your name, your logo, whatever graphics you use, go to a trademark attorney so that you can get all of your stuff registered and you won't have any problems. And even your name. What if somebody is using that name already? You need to make sure you do a search, whether you do a domain search, whether you do the formal search. You need to do something. So we talk about that in the class. We talk about being a legitimate business, meaning go register with the state you're in. Go make sure you register with the federal government. Make sure you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because you are going to be a legitimate business. And if you want people to take you seriously, go do the right steps. So we have an entire class on that. We talk about developing your contract. We talk about what happens about confidentiality, breaching confidentiality, and what that means. While we don't have to follow HIPAA, I still say there's good practices you should put in place about protecting people's privacy and confidentiality, or what happens if somebody harms themselves. What do you do? How do you break confidentiality? So you are 100% right. We talked about all of that stuff in my program.
And I love that. One of the things that I got excited about when I knew that you were coming on the show was this whole concept about the business of coaching, because I can't tell you how many coaches that I've dealt with that have come through even my program. I don't go into the content of coaching, but a lot of the things that you mentioned, of course, I talk about it from the other perspective of the liability side, and helping them understand their exposure points, because oftentimes it's enough to do it, right? But you still need to understand your exposure points so that you know when to say, I'm going to have to actually discontinue this relationship. Because now this is the recommendation. And how do you properly document that? And what are your requirements? Because one of the things that, like you mentioned, I think is very important to understand with coaching is that because there's no attorney-client relationship, there's no practitioner-patient relationship, understand you have to let these people know that this is not a confidential relationship in certain circumstances. Right?
Exactly.
You got to let them know that, and you have to clearly let them know what those circumstances are as part of your agreement. As part of your agreement, right? You have to have certain terms and information in there. Like you said, even with like HIPAA, you're not required. But once you get that information, you have to protect it.
You have to protect it. You're responsible for protecting it.
You're responsible for it. Absolutely. And so all of those things, I love that, because I was like, oh my gosh, finally someone that's teaching the substantive part. Because believe it or not, and you may know this because I know that you know, you're definitely making strides in the industry. There are a lot of people that even in certification programs, they don't teach it from a content standpoint. It's just like, okay, you got your 60 hours, bam. You got this, bam. You got that, bam. And it's better than nothing, but to know that there are really truly substantive things or substantive programs that are teaching about the business aspect from a holistic standpoint is really awesome. What are some, I think we've talked about a lot of the pitfalls, right, that people don't do. And of course, we're encouraging them to do that. What is that one piece of advice besides getting your business together? What's that one piece of advice that you would have for the person that is the coach that's looking at taking their business to the next level?
Get an advisory board. If you're looking to take your business to the next level, and this is after you've done all the legal and the business, you got things in place, because that's really the primary thing. But people devalue the strength of having an advisory board, because if you have someone, like on my advisory board, I have an IT person to help me understand the technological trends that coaches need to understand to implement the right CRM application. I have a marketing person who can tell me the trends in social media and the new algorithms that change every week. I have an accountant on my advisory board to help me be cognitive all the tax loopholes and the tax requirements and stuff like that. Having a really strong support team in place. Matter of fact, I have a coach on my advisory board because I need a coach to make sure I'm accountable and I'm staying objective with my plan on my business. And a lot of people don't really take into account the resources that you need in order to keep you going and progressing, because you can't do it all by yourself. You can't know everything all by yourself. You need really good people in place to help you move your business along. And so even though that might seem small compared to all the other wonderful things that we really need to do, if you have a good advisory board, having a legal person on your staff like yourself, they will be able to tell you exactly what we're talking about. Did you do this? Did you do that? Are you registered? Did you do your taxes? Did you do this? They're the person that's going to make sure you are doing what you're supposed to do so that your business thrives, so that your business lasts. So that would be my biggest advice. And
Awesome.
we talk about that in the training class too.
Yes, yes, and that is definitely fabulous advice. So how can our audience continue to follow you, sign up for the program, find out more about what you guys are doing?
Oh my gosh. So let's see. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Reid Ready Coaching at Reid Ready for all of the platforms except for Facebook. It's Reid Ready Coaching. Couldn't get the Reid Ready one, but that's okay. You can also go to my website, reidreadycoaching.com, and you can click on our training link. It tells you all about our training program. And right now is the introductory course, so a fee. So if you pay the fee now, you're coming in at a really good price because in about 6 months, we're definitely going to be doubling in our fees. And we're also going to be starting a self-study one, which is a lot cheaper than the lecture one. It doesn't qualify you for the ICF, but we still cover everything that we just talked about, and you don't necessarily have the lecture. You do it strictly online through video. So you can go to my website. You can follow me on social media, Reid Ready or Reid Ready Coaching. And like I said, reidreadycoaching.com is where my site, you can go to my site. Yep, and ask anything. I'm an open book. I love answering questions. And so you can get a free complimentary coaching session. So if you have any questions, you can just sign up and we can talk about whatever it is you'd like to talk about as far as taking your coaching business to the next level.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Dawn.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Guys, well, listen, I am going to encourage all of you to go to reidreadycoaching.com so that you can schedule. There's no obligation. Schedule your free coaching session so that you guys can have a conversation. And if you see that Dawn has the services that you need, I encourage you to sign up. And so again, thank you guys for joining us for Power of Attorney. And until next time, have a great day.